children, so they're taking care of that. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm excited to have everybody here. We're just going to wait a few more minutes. It takes a while for everybody to kind of jump in and get on board. So we have a special guest. We'll give you a little sneak peek. I have someone hanging out in my office today, aka the closet. He's been kind of a mama's boy today. He gets a little weird every once in a while. I think it's a little too much to have everybody at home while we're quarantining, but that's okay. He can join me anytime. Hi! Oh, I'm seeing some faces I haven't seen in so long. This is so great. Love having you here. All right, just another minute or two. Malia! I miss you. I miss you. So, funny enough, on today's topic, I actually did notes because I thought it was kind of an important, it's not just, about beauty and personal care. I put some notes down because I want to make some important points, and these are things that are, that I have, kind of started putting into place over the last 3 weeks. For those of you who are at home quarantining, can I get a shout out from, drop some hearts actually, if you can. I want to, usually down below, drop some hearts if you are part of the pajama crew tonight, or if you have your quarantini or your quarantine. I'm actually sipping the water. I've been a little bad eating the junk food, so that's okay. You know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to feel guilty. So thank you very much for coming in. Love having you here. So I'm going to get started while I have you jumping in. And as I was saying before, I took some notes. This is all about, be home, be beautiful, be you. So it's a whole week series. Every night I'm going to do something different at 7:30. Tonight, I just want to talk a little bit about sharing some ideas, and you can jump in on the conversation at any time. Share your ideas. Maybe there's something that you're doing that has really helped you. The whole idea is building up not steps, but different points or different things that we can add to kind of get our groove back in. I know for the past 3 weeks, we've been at home. It's been exhausting. Some of you have your kids at home. You're trying to homeschool. Some of you are working, from home and trying to balance the kids and just going through everything with this global pandemic of COVID-19 that's, coming around. So I wish everybody to stay safe, stay at home by all means. All the rules that we're following, stay up to date with those. And you know what? Just take care of yourselves. It's really kind of one of those things that we've just been given. And we have to go with it and jump in. And it's the new normal, as everybody's saying, and welcome to it. Enjoy. A lot of us, I went for a walk this morning. It was garbage day in my neighborhood. A lot of my neighbors are really enjoying the new normal. There was a lot of wine bottles in the recycle bins today. So kind of fun to see what everybody else is up to, even though we have to practice our social distancing. I'd rather call it physical distancing because I think a lot of us have been, honestly, a lot more social, just, through technology. So thanks again, everybody, for joining. Let's get to some of the points. Now, keep in mind that I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just your girl next door. I happen to come from the beauty industry. I also know there are some key things in dealing with anxiety and depression from my personal experience. So this may or may not work for you. Take what you can. And the whole idea is it's just about us, casually having a conversation and, enjoying each other and being connected while we're at home. So grateful to the technology that brings us together from my home, my closet actually. It's the shoe rack behind me into your home. I hope you're cozy and you are comfortable. And I decided to create this Be Home, Be Beautiful, Be You series out of my need to personally connect. I am off of work. I'm out of work right now. I work with salons and spas. So obviously there's a lot of personal interaction that goes with that. And pretty impressed though with the amount of small businesses in the beauty industry, those owners and their teams who made the tough decision and closed their doors before it came down from our governments, and really took that step in staying towards that idea of, taking care of yourself. So I just want to continue it. That's the industry that I'm in. This is what I want to continue for you. So I just wanted to bring back the idea of a lot of us we're tired, we're exhausted, there's no inspiration, we have no motivation to do the things we do, we're eating all the quarantine snacks, we're not sleeping, we're napping, we're not getting of our PJs, we are getting of our PJs. Our schedules have been turned upside down, and let's just be real, it's been kind of, it's been a real shitstorm out there, and we're all dealing with it differently. So you're neither right nor wrong about how you're handling things. I think the biggest thing is just to go with the flow. Every day is going to be different. It's going to be different every day for a while. But the best thing we can do is hopefully get back into our own personal care routine and making sure that we are on the list of taking care, because we can't serve anybody else if we don't do that. So this is a judge-free zone. So by all means, as I'm speaking, I don't want it to be just one-sided. If there's something that you want to see or you have an idea on, or you can just ask me questions. I don't always talk a lot about myself. So it's a great opportunity. Open up the conversation for that as well. So I think I have about 21 tips that I came up with, and they'll kind of blend in and out with each other. And as I said, it's just casual. Let's go with the flow. One of the biggest tips that I can give is to be gentle with yourself now for what's going on, but always. You wouldn't, thanks Dee. We're going through a lot right now, so you want to be gentle, but we also want to be gentle with ourselves all the time. Even once we get past this, it's going to be great, but continue being gentle with yourself above all, first and foremost. So that's really kind of almost, I'm going to say that's a new rule for you. Be gentle with yourself. You are you. There's no comparison to anybody else, especially what we're seeing on on the gram and in social media. Be careful what you're taking in. So stop the expectations of yourself. You're seeing someone else do all their baking. You're seeing someone else clean their closet. Who cares? That's them. You do you, and take each day by what comes to you. You're you, and that's what's unique about you. You're special. Leave it at that, and you just do what you do and what's best for inside your home. And we're really getting a close up of our own homes. Second one, great tip, ditch the guilt. I know a lot of us, I think I speak as a woman, the wife guilt, the mom guilt, the work guilt, the, whatever it is, we put guilt on ourselves because maybe we feel that we're not doing enough, or we're doing too much in one area and we're letting this one go. Relax. Just let it go. Okay. Just honestly, just let it go. Ditch the guilt. Now is not a time for it. Really, the gift that we're given is to stay at home, take care of ourselves, take care of our family as best as we can. That's what goes on in our homes. Leave the guilt all out of the way. Another important thing that I've noticed, I think from the beginning with the oh, thank you, Suzanne. I look great, well rested. I put on pants for this. Hold on, Suzanne. I put on pants. And I'm out of pajamas. I showered. I put on makeup because this was my way of, kind of going out. My husband saw me and he goes, "What? Where the hell are you going? All dressed up." Honestly, to my closet, hang out with my friends on Instagram. So the well-rested part is getting back into the groove of sleep. Now, a lot of us are napping during the day. That's okay. Your body says it needs rest. Indulge it. There's no other time that we get to do this, and we fight it most times. It's okay. Crawl into bed, under the covers, have a nap, fall asleep watching a movie. That's okay. Just go for it. It's your body wants it. Give it what it needs. Rest is so important, especially with what's going on. I think we're on a constant, there's almost like this constant hum, this buzz that's going on about the COVID-19, and it's very hard to release it and let it go. So when it comes to sleep, I think one of the important things is it's about allowing your brain to reset and to allow your body to repair itself. My assistant's a little fidgety over here. Now, I like to start off with going to bed the same time every night. Now, all these different tips that I'm giving you, pick one, pick two. Don't overwhelm yourself with anything, having to do this to-do list. Forget it. Just where are you having an issue? Where are you having a hard time with? And again, this comes from me and my experience over the past, from the past before dealing with anxiety or depression in my own world, but also dealing with this new situation with, this global pandemic that's happening around us. So to me, it's kind of either to get back on a good sleep schedule, it's either go to bed the same time every night. I know sometimes you're going to go to bed and you're not going to fall asleep for half an hour. That's okay. Get your butt into bed the same time every night. And then, getting up at the same time every morning. So even if you want to set an alarm. Now, I would say if you're having a hard time with your sleep, pick one. Either setting your alarm every morning to get up at the same time. Eventually, the nighttime going to bed will fall into place at the same time. Or if you find it easier to kind of shut down your day and go to bed at the same time, then do that instead. You don't have to do both of them right now. Just try one of them and see how that helps. Because a lot of us are having disturbed sleep. We're getting up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just all's not right in the in the atmosphere right now. So we're all a little off of our own bedtime schedules. Another trick that I use is the phone. Yeah, here I am. I'm using it. You're on it. This is how we're connecting. And you know what? That's okay. It's a really great thing. It's a beautiful thing to have this technology to stay connected while we are at home. Hi, everybody. But I do find that putting the phone down about an hour before you go to bed, so that means there's no emails, there's no Instagram, there's no whatever, turn it off. Just put it away, turn it off. I turn off my phone at night while it's charging. I usually stick it in the nightstand drawer. My husband does keep his on. He's the emergency contact in the house, especially if the kids are out. They're not out now. But when, life is on the very normal and we're in and out of the house, he's the late night emergency contact. So he keeps his on, but I turn mine off at night so it doesn't disturb me. But I have found lately that I have been letting it, it's in my face for far too late. So I started, putting that down, and that makes a big help. Find something else to do. Have your tea, read a book, whatever it is to kind of get you into the groove for that bedtime period. I think a lot of us are liking our tea and our coffee and our wine and our cocktails, and that's great. And you know what? Let's do it. Just enjoy it. We don't get this opportunity that much to have our schedule turned upside down so we can enjoy, 10 a.m. cocktails. You be you, you do you. But I used to find that caffeine and alcohol, while I could get to sleep, would disturb my sleep later on. So it would interrupt it somehow. So sometimes some people, it doesn't bother me. Great if it doesn't bother you. I just found myself personally, it was one trigger that interrupted my sleep. So I kind of took that out, not too late. Although, you know what, come on, once in a while, you got to have a party and enjoy the cocktails and let live, right? But I do find on a regular, sometimes alcohol, while sometimes it can help to make you feel sleepy, it can also disturb the sleep a little bit later on. All right, here's another one. Because I'm from the beauty industry, I'm going to talk to you about personal hygiene. I know everybody's like, oh, gross, Melody, personal hygiene. But yes. So let's all go back about 3 weeks ago when most of us got told that this is closing, we're in a state of emergency, you're not going to work, you've got to set up and work, work at home, that we're literally exhausted. And the fear of, coronavirus coming through, and constantly the news and press, what are they called? I forget the term of it. Hygiene. Press conferences, sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. And the idea of them is constantly coming at you. So we were kind of just utterly exhausted and tired. And all we wanted to do was, I know for me, curl up in a ball, just pull the blanket up, go away, and to hell with the rest of the world. And we kind of fall into that, I'm not showering, I'm getting up, I'm in my pajamas, I'm glued to the news that's happening, it's coming at you, and you're losing your motivation to do anything else. And you know what? I think so many of us were there, and honestly, it's okay. Yes, I started wearing makeup when I saw myself of a team meeting video conference without. Oh yeah, this week we're definitely going to be talking about that one. But yeah, it plays a role, right? And how you see, really, but how you feel about yourself too. So I know that a lot of us, our personal hygiene went to shit. The first week and a half, I think for the first 7 days, it was, slept in one pair of pajamas till 3 o'clock, till the next day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Who cares about a shower? Pull the hair back into a ponytail, whatever it is. If you got to the teeth brushing, good for you. And that's really what it was for a lot of us. And I think some of us really needed to let it go. We just needed to let it go. You know what I mean? Who cares? You're at home with your spouse, your mate, maybe you're at home alone, so who's going to see you? Greasy hair, unbrushed teeth. You know what? Sometimes it just had to be what it is. And then slowly, we want to get back in. But it's one of those things where the first thing you do when you've kind of been not well for a couple of days, regardless of what's going on outside our doors right now, and the first thing you do is kind of hop in the shower, you wash your hair, you wash your face, you brush your teeth, and it's like you come out of that shower and you're like, oh, I feel so good, I feel human again. It's usually that's the line that you say, and it's so important. So personal hygiene, even honestly, just the basics. Take your shower, wash your hair, and I'm going to tell you, washing your hair is actually really important in this time. I know a lot of us will tuck it up into a ponytail or pull it back. We're not washing it. But if you are the one who's going out and doing the grocery shopping, I'm going to say kind of go out, do your grocery shopping, come back in, and then take your shower, because washing your hair is very, very important, because it's another surface that needs to be cleaned. So it just doesn't need to be washed as often as you do your hands, the way we're doing it now for the virus. But you know what? It's really weird. How lack of personal hygiene and not giving a rat's patootie about it really affects each day. You kind of slip a little bit lower and a little bit lower, and finally you just kind of like, okay, that's it. Take a shower, wash your hair, brush your teeth, wash your face, put on some, even if it's to go back into fresh jammies, that's okay. Who cares? Just get that freshened up. You feel just a little bit better about yourself. So it is one of those things where we will neglect it, and we're all doing it. So it's gross, but who cares? You know what I mean? But personal hygiene is one of those things. And if you can kind of get up in the morning and take care of your shower, wash your hair, brush your teeth, wash your face, add some moisturizer on it, because I'm going to tell you about that tomorrow. But just that little bit, even if it only takes 15 minutes and you're literally putting on, workout clothes or your sweats or a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, honestly, that's okay. All right. But you'll feel so much better that, just being fresh and clean. Food. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the joke that everybody's seeing is, when someone's wearing jeans, what are they trying to prove? I'm not trying to prove anything by wearing jeans. I'm actually trying to prevent the eating or the overeating. Now is not the time to be hard on yourself about, I'm eating too much, I've gained a few pounds. Please just let it go. A lot of us are emotional eating. A lot of us are bored eating. A lot of us have stocked up, so we're almost forcing ourselves to eat a little bit more so nothing goes to waste, because we've done the grocery shopping. And we're eating all the quarantine snacks and indulging in things, and everybody's baking, and, or we have more time to, sometimes to cook for ourselves. So we're making a lot more things. Ooh, I love this one. Yes, and I started planting. See, that's another one. So anytime you have an idea of something that you have done to kind of get your groove back and your motivation and to uplift yourself, drop it in the comments, please. Like, this is amazing. I love it. Food. Try and use it to nourish and fuel your body. I know it's tough. I'm right there with you. I'm eating more than usual, and you know what? Don't give a shit. The only problem I have is when I'm eating the wrong things and it backfires later with, some heartburn, or I just feel like crap anyway. So I'm kind of starting to avoid that. But it's another thing where I didn't go, oh, I need to stop doing this, add this and add that. Wasn't that. It was about taking a step back and realizing this isn't serving me. I need to change this just a little bit. So now it's kind of, I'm a little bit more mindful about what I'm eating. But trust me, the butter tart last night was really good, going down at 10 o'clock at night. So building a personal care routine is very important. So I'm from the beauty industry. I've been doing this for 28 years. And one of the biggest things I love about my industry is, sure, you can buy lipstick and add that instant color and that feel good. But more than anything, that basic routine is about taking care of yourself and making sure that you are on the goals of what you want to do that day. So it's, make it a goal. That personal care, and it doesn't have to be 10 steps of skincare. All this week I'm going to talk about different steps that you can do and find those favorites, and just a few. Like, I know, for example, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, but I have noticed that my skincare routine is quite simple, quite short, but more effective. So I'm not taking a lot of time to do it, but I'm noticing that I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and getting the job done and seeing better results with it. So it doesn't have to be complicated. But get back into building that personal care routine, and it just has to be my butter tart. Oh yeah, it was so good, but the heartburn wasn't worth it with the gluten. We've only been eating vegetables so we can eat a ton and not gain weight. LOL. We are so bloated, but doesn't have any junk in the house. It's really good. Okay, yeah. My husband keeps sneaking in the junk. That's the problem. So I get upset with him because if it's there, we eat it. But you know what? Now is not the time to worry about that. We're all the same thing. And let me tell you, when it comes time for a summer body, we're all going to have the same juicy body anyway. So it's all good. Okay. This is a great time to give your skin a break from makeup and still wearing sunscreen and doing skincare. So important. Yes, Jenny, you know what? That's a really important part, is having just that regular routine, right? And finding your ways. Tomorrow we're going to talk about skincare as well and fitting into those steps. And I have to say, my skin has been a little bit on a shit show because I've been eating like crap. So I'm actually breaking out more than I ever have, and I can't stop touching it, which is the worst. You know that all the rules, don't touch your face, don't touch your face. I'm pretty good. I'm the only one. I'm actually been home for almost a month now off work, but I've really noticed this touching my face all the time. Yeah, so it's breaking out because I'm eating like crap and I'm picking at it, and well, you know, it is what it is. So again, just I'll pull back a little bit on that. We have that beauty, as I said, of the technology coming through, which is a great way to connect. I love this idea. To me, this was personal connection, so I didn't want it one-sided. I get up and make my bed. Then at least I feel like I've done a simple task, which helps me to tackle bigger tasks like getting my home gym organized. Yes, that's amazing. Maybe TMI, but I'm 3 days late on my period. Probably stress and anxiety. Okay. Well, I'm not a doctor, but yeah, everything is thrown off. Like people's sleep schedule, we're stressed. Even if you think you're not stressed, anxiety will definitely kind of creep in and mess our bodies up like there's no tomorrow. You're probably eating a little bit differently than you used to. Hey, Rob. Hi, Jules. So you know what? Just breathe. Try and take it easy as best as you can and find some ways to de-stress. And I hope some of the other tips that I have also helps along with that too. So another one is be careful of what you let in. I actually deleted Facebook off my phone because I would step in every once in a while to see what's going on. And other than the usual whiners, which is kind of something that I don't care to see anyways, but I found there was a lot of misinformation being spread. Remember that game that you used to play as a kid, telephone, and you tell a secret, and then by the time it got to like the 20th person, you died of laughter because it was so far off the mark at what it started with? Yeah, that's what some social media can be. So just limit it. Be careful of what you're listening to and bringing in. So yeah, I took it off my phone. I have to log into it on my computer. So anybody who's using Messenger, I know there's a couple of people who would use Messenger for me. It's not on my phone. It's gone. You can DM me through Instagram, or you can text me for those of you who have my number. Let's go back to that sleep idea. One of my favorite things is I'm old school when it comes to my laundry, especially my sheets and towels. When I can, I love to hang them outside. There's nothing that beats line-dried sheets and towels. And I love crawling into bed with fresh sheets. So whether, you know, it's dried in the dryer or dried outside, wash your sheets weekly. Again, it'll fit into the personal hygiene category, but it's also at this time, we want to make sure that we're cleaning off our surfaces a little bit more than we normally would. So washing those sheets every week is really nice, and they feel good to, you know, crawl into and, you know, cover ourselves up with to help get a good night's sleep. Lena, you had mentioned that you make your bed every day. Okay, so yes, make your bed every day. Now remember, if you're already trying to get your butt into the shower and just handle that basic hygiene on a regular daily basis, just work on that for a few days. Once things start to flow, you can add something else in, and you're going to build up that routine that's not even going to feel like a routine. It's just going to be a habit. It'll just flow. We're all thrown off our schedules right now, and it's really hard to kind of get that balance. It's okay. Life can be unbalanced. Let it be, and take your time kind of getting into that groove. So making your bed, even if the rest of your bedroom is a disaster because you're too tired to clean it and you don't feel like it, that's okay. If you make your bed, it's the largest surface in your room, that making your bed and, you know, putting those pillows up makes your bedroom instantly tidier, even if there's corners and piles elsewhere. And you look at it and you go, damn, I made my bed. And it's about those little things, even, damn, I took a shower today. I brushed my teeth. I did my hair. It is the idea of those little baby steps. You know, each little baby step gets us a little bit further and puts us a little bit more into the habit of that overall personal care in a time right now in history, we're living history right now, that everything's gone to shit. So what can you do? What can we control? How can we remotivate? How can we be inspired? And it's, you know, through this. And hi, MJ. Hi, Mal. The idea that, you know, it's the little things that count, and the little things will add up. It's not about, okay, so tomorrow I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, because in 3 days, you're not going to be doing it all, and you're going to be hard on yourself. And remember the first thing I said, now is an actual rule. Be gentle with yourself always. So take your time and do little things at a time. But making your bed just kind of is that first thing. Crawl out, make the bed. I kind of dance. If I'm the last one out, I'm making the bed, but I try and get out earlier so that I'm not the one that has to make it. But you know, sometimes you got to make the bed and do a little dance because you have to go to the bathroom, but you just hurry up and make the bed. Then it's done. And you know what? That's check off the goal list. Which brings me to not making to-do lists. I know a lot of you thrive on the idea of making a list. And I think sometimes the to-do list, when you write to-do, is a must-have. And if you don't get it done, it's a negative feeling, and a negative mentally and emotionally hits you that you haven't accomplished something. Whereas if you turn it into a goal, you only put 2 or 3 things on that list as a goal. Remember, we're talking about right now our personal care. I'm not talking about your dreams 5 years down the line. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about your personal care right now in this time of global pandemic, because we're going to be like this for the next few months. So we might as well get used to it. So make it a goal list. What, you know, if taking a shower every day, you know, at 7 o'clock in the morning is your goal, write it down and then you check it off. And then you feel like you've accomplished something. Making your bed is a goal. Check it off. That way you feel like you're accomplishing something rather than failing at not completing the list. It's kind of like, oh, I did this. And then you have a lot more motivation, and it's a more positive mindset to be in to tackle the next one. And remember, it's okay if you make your bed every day and you want to crawl back into it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for a nap. It's all right. But you know what? That bed is there, nice and neat and ready to greet you when you want to crawl back in at any time. I think there's personal care, which involves, you know, we laugh about the personal hygiene and stuff like that. But I think you also need to do something specifically for yourself that is kind of outside the realm of anything for your family, and anything that involves that idea of personal hygiene and just regular care of ourselves. So I like to be a morning person. I've been a morning person since I was a teenager, you know, even the partying all night, and I could get up at, 7 o'clock. Ooh, get stuff done list. I like that too. Yeah, it's that to-do list just comes at it so hard. It's like if you don't get it done, you're out, done, failed. And I just find get stuff done list. And you know what? Because sometimes the stuff that gets stuff done, stuff gets added on. To do sounds too. That's what it is, Mal. The to-do list just sounds too heavy, and it's overwhelming, and it can be a burden. And now is not the time to add on extra things for ourselves in that way. But the idea of the doing something for yourself, even as a teenager, I was a morning person. I just felt like I was missing part of the day if I didn't get up early enough. Even if I partied, I could get up the next morning and, go to work. But I always liked that little chunk of time for myself, and I still do it. Even when I had babies, I would get up, once they were on sleep schedules, I would get up about 15, 20 minutes earlier. In those days, it was to get up, get showered, wash your hair, and get dressed before they got out of bed so I could start my day. But now, you probably noticed if you follow me in the morning in my stories, I'll do my quarantine time. I've done that for years. My tea time in the morning is my time. And don't talk to me until I've had my tea. Don't ask me you can ask me questions. You're gonna get grumpy answers. But the whole idea is that's mine. That is borderline religious for me to have that. And if I don't get it, after a few days, I can really feel that I'm being, somehow it's draining to me. So find something that works for you, whether it's, maybe you're reading, or you sip your afternoon tea or your coffee in the afternoon while one of the kids is napping, or it's your break from working, at home. Find something that is specifically unique to you. Stay connected. You know what? You want to be mindful of what our devices are bringing into us. So know when to turn it off, before bed, know when to, know how to navigate through it. So we're getting our updated information from a proper source, not, through the grapevine and people spreading things. Always look for the good thing. But the idea of staying connected is really great, because I think when they came up with the social distancing, we knew it meant physically, stay at home, 2 meters apart. But a lot of us are, a little bit more with the texting our friends, using apps like WhatsApp. Like, we've got overseas family, we've got local family, we've got my little family, and you know what, the comments that go back, like, it's like being with them, because the jabs come through, the funny stories come through, the bad pictures come through, and it's funny. So we stay connected, and it's actually really nice to kind of like check in with everybody. Hey everybody, how, good morning, wishing you all a good day. And it's really nice to have that connection, and you can keep up with everybody that way. And you know what, sometimes we can't physically be connected with anybody, so the technology does come in handy. And, sending a friend or someone you're thinking of, a little text, thinking of you. You guys doing okay? Or a funny picture, or a little love note to your friends or something like that. Your words, or those few minutes that you give to someone else in that way, really can be precious to someone else, even if you think that it's not, hey Kayla, even if you think it's not that big of a deal. It can be real. That connection can really be something. Find support. I have several different groups of mostly women, but I have my friends too. So sometimes it's game night, sometimes it's inspiration and business night. And actually, out of one of those conversations, this whole concept of be home, be beautiful, be you came about, because I got the information from one of my groups. There was that encouraging and that supporting, and just kind of feel besos to you, be safe, lots of kisses, will to, and back to you, Kayla, as well. Now, staying connected is one thing. They would advise to use physical back in March 25th. The World Health Organization advised to use physical distancing back on March 20th, but for some reason mainstream media in North America is still using social distancing when that's not accurate. So glad you're addressing. So just quickly, let's talk about that. So the physical distancing is so that people could understand you needed to physically be apart from each other so that we are not spreading the virus. And then it got turned around where that's social distancing. Social distancing almost made like getting your houses and be a hermit, and it kind of had a little bit of a negative undertone to it. So you know what? Either one of them I think we can use. I think we're starting to get it. The whole thing is stay the hell at home, people. Stay at home. Okay? And we're good. And whoever has to go out to the grocery store, do your 2 meters apart. And what's actually going to be really big, and I'm going to say it now, is wearing masks. Even if they're not the N95 masks, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not talking about this, that please, if you see someone who is out and about, they're at the grocery store or they're outside their home and they're wearing masks, please allow them to do this. It can be a comfort for them in this time, as well as, we don't know why they're wearing the mask. And a lot of times it's more of a personal protection, but it also helps not to spread things too. So please, you're going to see a lot more people wearing masks, I'm pretty sure, in the next few weeks. So I think we're going to have to just go with it if you see people wearing it. But the idea of the physical distancing just really had to drive home the idea of not being within a certain space of each other. And then social distancing, people weren't getting that either. It was kind of a mishmash with that. But you know what? Just keep going to the proper sources to get our information. And if there's anything that we can learn from the other countries that have already been through this and like China and Italy, see what, kind of see what they've done, and you can see what we can do here if it's not happening, as fast. But again, get your sources, get your information from proper sources, because I am not the proper source for that. Do something for someone else. I know it's really hard when, there's so many restrictions on us about, we're pretty close to a full on lockdown. I think it'll come to that because some people just aren't staying at home. There's people breaking that rule all the time. The sooner we stay at home, the sooner, we can get through this. But if we can do something for someone else, in some ways, pay it forward where you can. If you can donate to a charity, go ahead. Not everybody can do that at this time. It's also a hard time for a lot of people who are not working to be helping small businesses financially by purchasing from them. So if you do not have the extra dollars to spare, there are other ways that we can help people and pay it forward. You can leave notes, you can leave reviews, testimonials, for favorite places that you like to go and can't wait to get back to, comment on the, the good service of places that you've been. This really goes a long way, and it doesn't cost you anything either, because I think this is a very sensitive time where not everybody has, even with the government's help here in Canada that's going to be coming through, that it's still not a thing that everybody can do financially to help other people out. So find a way of paying it forward in different ways. Be creative with it. For all the tips that I'm sharing, honestly, if there's anything that you get out of it, great. If it works for you, if it kind of, little light bulb pops up with it, just be kind, be gentle to yourself, take it one step, one thing at a time. Once you have one mastered and it's regular, you keep building it up, it becomes a habit, not so much as a job or a routine. Just be you. Don't be anything for anybody else. If it's just not a good day for you and you're feeling, sad, upset, overwhelmed, you are allowed to have those feelings. Let them. Don't be something for somebody else. There's no one that you need to be anything but you for. Some people find journaling is a really great way to help. Writing out their feelings and stuff. Journaling is not something I enjoy. I just don't care for it. There's other things I can do. Meditation, prayer, whatever it takes to calm the mind when you feel overwhelmed. And again, try and reduce the information to certain times of day or the amount that you're actually getting. So, that meditation, that prayer, we need to find ways to calm the mind, feed, our soul. Another way is you can get physical. And get physical with your partner if you want. That's a good thing. But you can also do kitchen dance parties. If you've got kids, that's really fun. Turn up the tunes. I happen to do it. I usually have my headphones on so my kids don't hear me. I'm surprised no one has filmed me shaking my booty in the kitchen by myself. You don't have to get dressed up for it. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of online fitness classes that are available. Again, that technology is bringing things to us that can be beneficial. And or just use the outside. Just go outside, use the fresh air to, breathe it in, clear the mind. A good walk, good brisk walk, helps as well, and it's free. And there's a lot of other things that I think each one of us are doing that helps us to take care of ourselves. But above all, be kind, be gentle, be safe, wash your hands, stay at home. It's important. And just, be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others that you may, be crossing paths with. 2 meters apart, of course. But you don't know how someone else is going through this global pandemic that is around us, our neighbors, someone across the street, someone in line at the grocery store. So be gentle to yourself, be kind, stay healthy, stay at home, be well, and find those little things that help you get through each and every day. And by all means, please don't be hard on yourself because you see Mary down the street on her Instagram saying how she cleaned out her entire basement in 6 hours. Who gives a shit? You know what? If you manage to take your shower, brush your teeth, wash your hair, get in some fresh pajamas, and it's Netflix again, that's okay. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tomorrow, 7:30, same time, same place. I think I might be coming to you from my bathroom instead because I need access to the products. And we're going to talk about a basic skincare routine because not only are our schedules changed, our eating habits have changed, but the season has changed as well, and those are all going to affect your skin in more ways than one, and not to mention the extra stress that's been added on for this lovely global pandemic going on. Please stay at home, stay safe, and we will talk to you soon. I'll see you all tomorrow night. To rewatch this video, for those of you who are joining me now, if you missed it, you can watch it again. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow morning with some extra notes, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 for skincare. Thanks so much. See you later. Have a good night.